Good morning. Welcome to Unity on the Rivers virtual Sunday service for December 20th. 2020 is the Sunday before Christmas. And I'm so glad that you have chosen to spend this time wherever you are, whenever you are watching our service today. Let us begin as we usually do with a center in prayer. So I invite you to gently close the eyes for a moment, connect with the breath, and allow ourselves to find a place of gratitude in the midst of all we have encountered this year, in the midst of all the differences that this particular season may bring to us. Let us be in gratitude that we can still find those points of connection, find those points to share love, find those points to be the embodiment of compassion. In Unity, we honor Christmas, the birth of Jesus, the nativity, as a symbol of our awakening to that divine nature. It occurs not just on one day, but every day, every hour, every moment. So today, let us give thanks that this is the essence of who we are. It is love, it is God. And as we continue to awaken to it, to unfold it within ourselves, to embody it, to live it, to share it, we illuminate the world and create a world that works for all. And so it is, and so we let it be. Amen and amen. So, as we embark on this fourth Sunday of Advent, we light the candle for joy. And maybe talk about light of the world. Come on. We light the candle for joy. And you might be thinking there's not a lot that we had to be joyful for this year, but I'm going to get to that in a little bit later. But before we do that, I got some folks here to share joy with us. We have our music director, Meg Rain. We got Christina percussion. We have Santa-ish with the Brian, one boy in the shed with dog prints on his hat. That's a different Santa hat. I like it very much. There we go. So we're gonna lift your spirits in song today, starting with Meg and Christine doing a little rendition of Joy to the World and Then Some. Take it away, guys. Oh, you're still muted. Let me see if I can unmute you. There you go. All right, you're unmuted now.
Okay, joy to the world. The light has come. Joy to the world. The Lord is come. Let earth receive her King. Let every heart prepare him room. And heaven and nature sing. And heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing. The Savior reigns, joy to the earth, the Savior reigns. Let all their songs employ, well, fields and floods, rocks, hills and plains, repeat the sounding joy, repeat the sounding joy, repeat the sounding joy. She rules the world with truth and grace. We'll change it up. She rules the world with truth and grace, and makes the nations prove the glories of her righteousness, and wonders of her love, and wonders of her love, and wonders of her love. The light is returning. It's solstice tomorrow. There's a great star in the sky. And for the first time since 1600, a star of wonder. The light is returning. Here we go. Light, light, light is returning. Light is returning. Solstice light. Bright, bright, candles are burning. Candles are burning, burning bright. Join us. Light, light, light is returning. Light is returning. Solstice light. Bright, bright, candles are burning. Candles are burning, burning bright within us all. The light of love is burning within us all. The light of love is burning, burning bright, burning, burning bright, burning, 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 burning. Light, light, light is returning. Light is returning. Solstice light. Bright, bright, candles are burning. Candles are burning, burning bright. Light, light, light is returning. Light is returning. Solstice light. Bright, bright, candles are burning. Candles are burning, burning bright within us all. The light of love is the burning within us all. The light of love is burning, burning bright, burning, burning bright, burning, 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 burning bright. Happy solstice.
Here comes the sun.
Beautiful, Meg. Said the night wind to the little lamb, do you see what I see? Way up in the sky, little lamb, do you see what I see? A star, dancing in the night, with a tail as big as a kite, with a tail as big as a kite. Said the little lamb to the shepherd boy, do you hear what I hear? Ringing through the sky, shepherd boy, do you hear what I hear? A song, high above the trees, with a voice as big as the sea, with a voice as big as the sea. Said the shepherd boy to the mighty king, do you know what I know? In your palace warm, mighty king, do you know what I know? A child shivers in the cold. Let us bring him silver and gold. Let us bring him silver and gold. Said the king to the people everywhere, listen to what I say. Pray for peace, people everywhere. Listen to what I say. A child sleeping in the night, he will bring us goodness and light. He will bring us goodness and light. child. Sleeping in the night, he will bring us goodness and light. He will bring us goodness and light.
Yes, nicely done, Brian. Nicely done. Appreciate that very much. So, do you hear what I hear? Let us make room now to hear what our purest inner essence, the divine of who we are, has to say. Let us prepare for a time of meditation, of turning within, of simply silencing and becoming still so that we may hear what Spirit has for us. So, wherever you are, I invite you to gently close the eyes, get comfortable as we let Meg take us in.
I am the joy. I am the joy. I am the joy and love today. I am the joy. I am the joy. I am the joy and love this day. Every part of my body, every part of my mind, every part of my body, every part of my mind. I am the joy. I am the joy. I am the joy and love today. I am the joy. I am the joy. I am the joy and love today. Every part of my body, every part of my mind, every part of my body, every part of my mind. I am joy. I am joy. I am joy and love today. I am joy. I am joy. I am joy and love today.
So, let us continue to enter into that deeper place of silence and stillness by connecting with our bodies and with our breath. So, wherever you are, and just invite you to breathe. If you haven't done so yet, gently close the eyes and simply notice where you are in this moment. Turn your attention to your body and simply notice, with the eyes closed, any points of discomfort in the body. Perhaps noticing if your hands are on your lap. Just feel that point of contact. Allow yourself to become effortless in your chair or on your couch, on your bed, wherever you are. Just notice the body. And notice it without wishing anything were different. maybe adjust to become more comfortable, but simply just notice it. Notice the rise and fall of the chest with each breath. Perhaps you feel the steady thump of your heartbeat, and your ears are in your chest. Just notice. When we notice where we are in our bodies, we become present to ourselves. And as you breathe, envision it not so much that it is our body taking the breath, but rather our body is contained within the breath. The breath and the body are one. Continue to turn your attention to the breath itself, the inflow and outflow of air. Gentle, constant. Notice the moments of stillness between the outflow and outflow. And as we continue to fall into stillness, should you become distracted at any point by a sensation in the body, a sound in the room, an errant thought or worry, just notice them without resistance and return to the breath. The more we become accustomed to centering within ourselves, the more we realize that our intrinsic joy cannot be affected by what happens outside of us and around us, or by what happened before or what is yet to happen. The beauty and the joy of life lies always within the present moment. The joy of life lies within our innate essence of the Christ nature. And every time we connect with that inexhaustible source of love that is the essence of who we are joyfully reborn in the moment. And our potential for joy, is unlimited. So for this moment, beyond memories and worries, beyond anxieties and regrets, beyond discomfort and pain, let us simply breathe into that boundless source of love that is the catalyst for joy. Let us breathe into our hearts. Let us breathe into God. So as we rest for a few moments in the silence, we affirm, I am the joy of the Lord. I am the joy of the Lord. For a few moments in the silence. I am the joy of the Lord. I am God, made seen, made felt. I am Christ consciousness come to life. And we hold this for ourselves and for all others who are struggling in this moment, all those who feel unsafe, all those who seek to remember the truth of who they are. Knowing that when we live our fullness, the presence of God is known. We are the presence of God. And let us affirm this as we sing, surely the presence.
Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. I can feel God's mighty power and God's grace. There's a holy hush around us. I see glory on each face, and surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. I can feel God's mighty power and God's grace. There's a holy hush around us. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. Surely the presence of the
Thank you, Meg. Beautiful as always. So here we are. We find ourselves the wait almost being over in many ways. We are 5 days away from Christmas. And for many of us, as we know, this holiday may feel a little bit different than others for obvious reasons. And Christmas will come and Christmas will go. We will still be in that energy of waiting. That's what Advent is really. It's the energy of waiting traditionally for the nativity. And by the way, um, some of you who may have grown up in more traditional churches experiences have uh, pointed out to me that the order of Advent that we do is not the traditional order. In most Christian churches, the traditional order is hope, peace, joy, and love. But if you've been in unity for longer than 5 minutes, you know we're not traditional. You know we got to do everything different, right? We replace sort of hope with faith or added faith along with hope. Then we do peace, and then we switch love and joy. Don't ask me why exactly. This has been one of Unity's things like forever. But I think part of why we do it, honestly, is to ground ourselves as we get closer to that day of Christmas into into perhaps the feeling of joy being something deeper that we anchor ourselves in than just the happy glitz of the season. Because let's be clear, this is not a time that's happy for everyone. Even less so this year for individuals, more so for all of us as we embark on, you know, the pandemic holidays. Many of us will not be traveling to be with family or having family come to us as we usually do. Many of us are struggling with losses and empty seats at the table that may have been filled, but aren't ever going to be filled again because of this pandemic. It's hard to say what is there to be joyful about. But as we continue in this energy of waiting for you know, pandemic to dissipate because of vaccines, as we wait for us to return or resume some sense of normalcy, we can do so grounded in these elements of hope and faith, of peace and love. Remember, we talked about faith being a little stronger than hope. Hope is expectation of good in the future, but faith is that deep knowing that no matter what happens in the future, um, or it's our all that we seek to experience is ours right now because of the divine essence that we are. That's what faith tells us. um, the peace, the abundance, whatever we want to experience is not conditional on things outside of ourselves. And when we ground ourselves in faith, yes, we do experience peace, and we connect with the deep love that we are, and do not feel dependent on others or outside circumstances. But where we get caught up a lot is that when we speak of joy, we use it synonymously with happiness, and the two are not the same. I spoke about this a few weeks back, probably months by now. I don't know. Time has lost all meaning during this pandemic. Uh, but when I was doing the series on spiritual partnerships, I spoke on the difference between happiness and joy and why it's important to not make happiness our goal. We kind of throw it about as a, you know, cultural maxim that, you know, we're here to be happy and God wants us to be happy, and we make the changes in our life so that we can live happily. And don't get me wrong, it's okay to be happy. I'm not saying not, but happiness is a temporary, conditional, even fleeting sort of emotion we feel, and it's dependent mostly on outside circumstances. When we did the spiritual partnerships, we used the language of the frightened parts of ourselves and the loving parts of ourselves. Happiness is what we feel when the frightened part of ourselves gets what it wants. I will be happy when I have a certain amount of money in the bank account, right? Because the frightened part of ourselves believes money is the solution to feelings of lack. Money equals abundance. That's what the frightened part says to us. What the loving part of us, the loving parts of ourselves, knows the truth is that abundance is not conditional on anything outside of ourselves. Abundance is that deep knowing that all that we believe that we need and want to experience beyond material things is always there, always for the taking. And that should a moment of need arises, we will be taken care of. God meets us at the point of our need, not before. Why not before? Because you don't need it then. At the point of our need. That's what the faith is all about. So happiness is if you focus on happiness, it's always going to be reliant on external conditions. That's why happiness should not be the goal. It should be joy. When I say joy, I'm referring to a deeper experience. Joy is one of our innate states of being. You know, in Unity, we have the 12 powers. We jokingly refer to joy as the unofficial 13th power, but joy is always there. And in order to experience it, we don't need to create it. We simply need to remove the obstacles to it, which again, as I mentioned some months before, is healing the frightened parts of ourselves. What is it that ultimately deep down inside you were afraid of? And what triggers that fear? Because when we can heal those frightened parts of ourselves, when we can realize that the frightened parts of ourselves are just continuing to drive us into behaving from a place of illusion, a place of separation, a place of lack, when we can heal those parts of ourselves, then no matter what happens outside and around us, we will always be in that place of joy, that place of peace, that place of love. That's what joy is all about. See, happiness requires us to change the outside circumstances. Joy requires of us changing ourselves. Happiness, or the quest for happiness, wraps us up in this illusion that we can control what's happening outside of us. We have no control of what happens outside of us. We know this, we know this, but we still live as if it is so. Joy requires us to change ourselves. Our thoughts, our beliefs, our words, our actions are the only things that we have any semblance of control of. And it doesn't matter the conditions that are around us once we keep evolving, changing, deepening our consciousness, expanding our consciousness, living from the Christ essence that we are, we're bringing joy to ourselves and to the world. So when we see something in our life, a situation, or even others, and it doesn't make us quote unquote happy, then we need to see it as an invitation to change ourselves so that we may find joy in no matter what's going on. The Catholic Benedictine monk, Brother David Steindl-Rast, he spent years in Austria under the Nazi occupation, and he said that when whatever life gives you, you can respond with joy. Joy does not depend on what happens. It is the grateful response to the opportunity that life offers you at this moment. Joy is the grateful response to the opportunity that life offers you at this moment. And in this moment, in the last 6-8 months of this moment and the months to come, life is giving us an opportunity that in the midst of the unhappiness of what has happens around us because of the pandemic, because of the losses in our lives, because of the losses of things that the normalcy of routine, the losses of connection with other people, the losses of all the losses mounting up, the grief, the collective grief, the individual grief, everything that's happening right now that Normally, we would say, this is not the source of happiness. I can't be happy in this. No, you can't be happy in it. Those are all outside circumstances, but you can still find that place of gratitude. Find that place of gratitude. Gratitude that even though you may have lost loved ones and they are ill, that you had the experience to love and be loved by them. Gratitude for the fulfillment that they brought and continue to bring in your life as you remember them. The moments, the gleeful moments that you shared. We talk about during the holidays, we look back and may feel sadness for those who are no longer with us. Let us also remember those fun times we had with them. Not because they're going to trick our minds into being happy. No, but that's the gratitude. That's where the gratitude comes from. Being gratitude that even though we cannot meet together as spiritual community in person, and so many churches can't either, that even now we still have opportunities for how we connect with each other. We can still experience a Sunday service. We can still speak to each other at hospitality over Zoom. Tonight, for example, we're going to have a Christmas concert. And you may not be in the same room as the musicians, but that does not mean that the power of their words, their song, that the light and energy that they bring because they are the divine expressions of God that they are through song, doesn't mean you don't feel that. You feel that. Be in that energy of gratitude, because that is what connects us to the joy. When we sing joy to the world, the Lord is come. Yeah, it's a carol that might be specific around the birth of a baby over 2,000 years ago. But today, what does it mean? It means that when the Lord has come, it means that it is the God self within us, that as we shine it through to the world, that's God showing up. And that brings joy to the world. We are the joy of the world. We are the joy of the world. And I know this is a time where we are exhausted. We're tired. We don't have the bandwidth for anything more right now. You know, it's been fascinating as this time goes on, and researchers and psychologists and scientists are catching up to people's responses. They talk about even those who have not been personally affected in any way by this pandemic, as in they haven't lost their job, there's been no change to how they do their work, they haven't lost friends or family members. Even everyone has been feeling the weight of this. We've been losing sleep. We've been forgetful more than usual. We've lost energy and enthusiasm to do things. We're all over the place right now. Or maybe it's just me. I'll speak for myself. I am all over the place right now, but I'm sure other people are too. And it's exhausting. It is exhausting. But if we can remember in the midst of that again, it's not the outside that determines what happens on the inside. One of my favorite Bible verses from Nehemiah, chapter 8, verse 10. For this day is holy to our Lord, and do not be grieved, for the joy of the Lord is your strength. The joy of the Lord is your strength. When we can remember that not happiness, but joy is the goal, grounding ourselves in gratitude for every opportunity that life brings to us, and we resonate from that place and continue to shine as best we can, therein lies the source of our strength. The joy of the Lord is our strength. So let us anchor that right now. Brian is going to sing You Give Me Joy, a song the musicians have done many, many times before. And as you hear it this time, as you may have heard it before, but this time especially, imagine yourself singing it to your divine self, that your God self, that is the source of your strength, of your love, of the joy that you bring to the world, not just this holiday season, but every day moving forward. We may not feel happy, but by God, we can be joy filled. Take it away, Brian.
light. The darkness is losing its power. Morning is breaking the night. Oh, lift up your eyes to the harvest. People are coming to light. The darkness is losing its power, and the morning is breaking the night. You give me joy. You give me joy. You give me peace. You give me peace. You give me joy in the harvest and a peace for tomorrow. The world will know I'm truly yours. Lord, you have given me purpose. My passion is winning the lost, and my destiny's in the great harvest, and I'll reach it no matter the cost. Oh, Lord, you have given me purpose. My passion is winning the lost. My destiny's in the great harvest, and I'll reach it no matter the cost. You give me joy. You give me joy. And you give me peace. You give me peace. You give me joy in the harvest and a peace for tomorrow. The world will know I'm truly yours. I said joy comes in the morning, joy comes in the morning, joy comes in the morning. Let me hear you say, peace comes in the morning, peace comes in the morning, peace comes in the morning. Now let me hear you say, joy comes in the morning, joy comes in the morning, joy comes in the morning. Now let me hear you say, I said peace comes in the morning, peace comes in the morning, peace comes in the morning. Now let me hear you say, said whoa, whoa, I said joy. I said joy. I said joy. I said joy, 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 joy. You give me joy. You give me joy. You give me peace. You give me peace. You give me joy in the harvest and a peace for tomorrow. The world will know that I'm truly yours.
Thank you, Brian, the one-man band over there. Awesome, awesome, awesome. A few announcements before we wrap up. As I mentioned in the talk, there will be live online Christmas concert this evening, featuring all these folks that you see here. I believe are going to be there. Who else is going to be there, Meg?
Oh boy, we're going to have a couple of special guest appearances, a special surprise one from some people you may not have seen for a while, hopefully. And John Hyde is going to bring us some piano. Yay! Let me see. Lynn Taylor, Keith will be here, Sherry, Lisa Plumley will be here, Leslie, and that's it. But it's and Lucian Parkin, yes, awesome. Christine's partner. It's going to be so much fun. We practiced last night. It's just it is a joyful event.
And we're going to be streaming it on our YouTube and Facebook page. So there's no particular link you need to click on. Just head over to our YouTube channel if if you watch the service on YouTube, or head over to our Facebook page if you're on Facebook. And tonight around 7 should start live streaming. If it doesn't start streaming right at 7, like I know some of y'all like to get to things early, right? So if you get there at like 6:55 and you waiting for it to start, if for some reason at like 7:02, 7:04 you don't see anything, just refresh your browser. Okay, just refresh the browser just in case. If you don't know what that means, close the browser, open it back up again, go again. Because I know sometimes in some browsers when you live stream starts, maybe it may not show up. Yes, Meg.
It's 7:30.
Is it 7:30?
7:30 to 9.
I'm sorry, it is 7:30. We may have been advertising 7. I don't know. Maybe 7:30. I might be confusing it with the next thing, which is our Christmas Eve service. That's definitely happened Thursday at 7. That I know for sure.
Yes.
So Christmas concert tonight, 7:30.
Yes.
Christmas Eve is going to be 7 o'clock. It will be a live event via Zoom. So bring a candle and get on Zoom. The links are being posted. There should be in your email. It will be on our website. We can do a candlelight service. We will also be simultaneously streaming that on our YouTube page. So if you want to watch it but not participate in it by being on Zoom, you can still watch it on YouTube. So that's Thursday at 7 p.m. Next Sunday, the prayer chaplains, Tom Reen and other prayer chaplains are going to be leading the Burning Bowl. That will also be a live Zoom event, also cast on our YouTube channel at the same time. If you want one of those like normal, the rectangular white stones we usually use, if you're local, just swing by the office anytime and pick one up. We have them sitting in the basket outside of our office. Otherwise, no, that's Whitestone. What did I say? I'm all over the place. Burning Bowl. We're not sending you flash paper. Apparently, that's not legal to send in the mail, right? Individual strips of flash paper. I did some research into that. It's a whole thing. So get a regular piece of paper, get some tracing paper, get a candle and a bowl. Be safe about it. So that's next Sunday. The Sunday after that is the Whitestone. If you want a Whitestone for that, come by the office, get a white stone, or just get any stone and a marker to write on it. As you can tell, announcements are just weaving into each other. Please go to the website. Please sign up for the newsletter if you haven't. Check your newsletter. Check Facebook page, Instagram and Twitter, all our social media accounts. People who've got a better sense of organization than me are posting this stuff, so you can rely on that and not on my confused self all over the place. And also, if you're not getting our text alerts, please sign up for them. Text UOTR to 313131 to set that up. We will be sending you reminders when events are, a few hours before events start or the day before, to keep you reminded. We know that time is lost meaning during this pandemic, and we lose track of days all the time. So please sign up for the text alert so you can be reminded of what's happening. And finally, we invite you again, as always, to please find it in your hearts, donate to our spiritual community so that we can continue to do the work that we do in co-creating these experiences for you. Head over to unityontheriver.org/donate, or if you haven't yet, set up a very, very easy, quick text to give from your phone. If you haven't set it up yet, text the word give to 833-702-4337. It's a one-time setup that takes about 5 to 10 minutes, but then after that, you simply just have to text the number and your donation is made as easy as that. You can connect a credit card, you can connect it straight to your bank, you can use Apple or Google Pay if you're into that as well. So many ways you can help support our community, including old school snail mail. Throw a check in an envelope, mail it to our church office, 14 Cedar Street, Suite 203 in Amesbury, Massachusetts. We're grateful. And a reminder again, if you want to count your donations to us as tax deductible, because we are a nonprofit, you've got to get that last donation in by December the 31st. I believe it just has to be postmarked by then. But December 31st is your cutoff. So grateful for us to be in community together. And if you are watching this live, or not live, but if you're watching this on Sunday morning at usual 10 a.m. We have virtual Zoom hospitality at 11. The links for that are on our website. Come connect with the community. We always have a great time sharing with each other. And there's some folks we haven't seen for a while. We would love to see you. So please connect with us for hospitality, or during the week, Wednesdays, 9 a.m. and 7 p.m. We do a midweek meetup and meditation with myself. So that's another opportunity to see others in the spiritual community. I think that's all I got. It's best if I stop talking now before I give you more misinformation. But that's all I got. So let us connect energetically, hand to hand, heart to heart, as we sing, "Let there be peace on earth."
And just one note: I'll see you tonight at 7:30. And if you log on early, there'll be a graphic. The poster of the concert will be up there, so you can log on a little bit early and make sure you got the feed going. Let there be peace on earth. Let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me, and let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
And our prayer for protection: the light of God surrounds us,
We are the light of God.
the love of God enfolds us,
We are the love of God.
the power of God protects us,
We are the power of God.
and the presence of God watches over us.
We are the presence of God.
Together,
Wherever
wherever we are, God is, all is
and all
well,
is well.
and we
are
richly
richly blessed.
blessed. If we don't see you before the 25th, from us to you, Merry Christmas. Truly a heartfelt Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year. If we don't see you for the Burning Bowl service either, we're holding you in our hearts this season. We love you. We miss you. Can't wait to see you again.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Bless you all.
Merry Christmas.